Hello mate, how are you? I've got two things I want to show you. Both of them I think are really crucial and you should really pay attention to it, particularly over the next 3 months. It's going to be really, if these things play out, it could change your portfolio massively. The first thing I want to show you is that it looks like Bitcoin dominance is in a Wykoff accumulation pattern. So this is a Wykoff accumulation pattern. What you can see is there's a capitulation, automatic rally, you do a test and then a second test, and then eventually you find a spring and take off. So if we look at an example of when this happened was, let's switch this to maybe the 3-day chart. So back in the middle of last year, we had a perfect Wykoff accumulation, right? So we had our selling climax, automatic rally, first test, second test, spring, and we took off, right? So selling climax, you get it. So this was a perfect Wykoff accumulation. What we're doing now on the Bitcoin dominance looks identical to that, and I haven't seen anybody speak about this. This is what I want to provide you, is shit that no one else is talking about, because it's all the same on YouTube. This kind of thing, I just saw this on my own. So that's your selling climax, automatic rally. You come down, we've had a first test, second test. Looks like this is the spring here where we're starting to kick off. Look at the similarities between that and that. Yeah, incredibly similar. So what does that mean? That means that there's a good chance, nothing goes straight up, but it means there's a good chance we do get to our level, pop above it, hold it as support, and then come back up. I reckon we're going to come all the way back up to, I need to slip something in here. This means that Bitcoin performs better than alts, but that doesn't mean Bitcoin goes up. It just means if everything's going down, alts go down worse than Bitcoin. So just in a real short summary, I think that we're going to go down to the low 20s, 20,000 US dollars for each Bitcoin, which is like, it's it's like a 40% drop from where we are now. That means alts will probably go down like 60% from where we are now, which is just gnarly. And then I think that this is like, Bitcoin dominance usually has, it goes one way or another for long periods of times. I think that Bitcoin dominance is going to grow for at least a year. So I'm basically all out of I don't think I own any alts anymore. I've just stacked as many Bitcoins as I can. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but I just can't be fucked dealing with, like, if alts get punished, they get punished so hard. I just can't be bothered sitting in that. So that's what that Bitcoin dominance thing means. Probably, what are our key levels? This chart is it's just ugly. There's not really a lot to, like, it looks like, I don't know, it does whatever it wants. So normally in charting, I would say, would come up and test this level because it had so much support in the past, should be resistance in the future. So that's an area of interest. And also, this is obviously, here and here, they're both key levels of in the past. So, this will probably be my first target, but we could definitely come all the way back up to around 60%. Maybe we start to go sideways then and alts play a little bit of catch up. But I do believe that that's what Bitcoin dominance is going to look like over the next 6 months. And then the other thing I want to show you is, gold and Bitcoin are inversely correlated on every single time frame, right? So if we go, let's clear off everything, high drawings. All right, so we're going to start from here. So as gold trended down, Bitcoin trended up. As gold went up, Bitcoin trended down. As Bitcoin rallied up, gold was coming down, and now as Bitcoin's going down, gold is going up. This is just like a really clear inverse correlation between these two. And if you go down to like the hourly time frame, you can even see lots of moments here where, you know, let's get really specific. So on the hourly time frame, gold rallying up, and then as gold reversed, Bitcoin reversed as well. And so there's lots of moments where, like even here, Bitcoin rallied from there to there in a big way. And as Bitcoin did that move, gold went from 1915 to, it dropped 25 bucks. So there's all these little, and even right here, there's all these little inverse correlations on all these different time frames. So what can we take from that? Gold is, if you zoom right out, right? So now each candle represents a month, and on the gold chart, we're going all the way back to, we can see all the way back to, you know, like 1987. So what this pattern is, it's called a cup and handle. And so you come all the way down, come back up, and then you make a handle, and then we go. So this is we're exiting our handle. So what this also is, you see that, you'll see that everywhere, right? So basically we had a bull market and we had a capitulation. As the price is trying to rally, you get these moments where people just want to get their money back. And so it's a struggle for the price to get back to here, because as the price, you know, rallies up, everyone that bought here just wants to get their money back. So they sell, price comes back down. Everyone that bought here, they just want to get their money back. So when it comes back up, they sell. And so it's like there's this above head resistance that it's trying to break through. And then eventually what you'll generally find is as it breaks through where it was before, you get a bit of price discovery where it kind of shoots up quite quickly. And so if we're looking at a cup and handle, to get the price targets, you start from the bottom of the cup to the top of the cup, and then you drag this out and bring it to sort of the breakout point of the handle, which we could say might be here. So it gives us a price target of around 3,200. Does that change if we take it off log? No. So, you know, we've got a price target up here. I don't know if I think it's probably going to do something like this, rally up to 2.5, spend a while going sideways, making an ascending triangle, and then come up and do something like that. Gold's pretty good at forming steps up the ladder rather than just shooting off, right? So we can see back here, this is like, basically looks like a big cup and handle through here. And then we got to the all-time high again, formed a little handle, and then as soon as we broke out of the handle, I mean, that was the biggest gain in, if we take it off the log, we'll probably be able to see it better. So you can see as we broke through the old high, we just went parabolic, right? That's a huge move for gold. So as we finally broke out of the handle, we rallied 150% in like 2.5 years. So, you know, just something to look out for. Oh, the point of that is, if gold's about to break out, I think that as gold breaks out of this cup and handle and goes into a bit of price discovery, as gold goes up, I think Bitcoin's going to capitulate, and then gold will find its ceiling wherever that is. And then as gold goes sideways, that'll be Bitcoin having its, so as gold sort of gets rejected, that'll be Bitcoin coming back up off its capitulation. And then as it's doing its ascending triangle, Bitcoin will be finding its consolidation range. And then after that, to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if Bitcoin and gold, the inverse correlation sort of disappears and they start becoming more correlated, because the reality of it is they're both similar in what they're supposed to do. Like gold it's been inflation hedge, it's got a relatively controlled supply, and it's similar properties into Bitcoin, where Bitcoin's meant to be a place to go when there's uncertainty. So is gold. I know Bitcoin hasn't really got there yet, but it's really getting there, where people are starting to have a bit more faith in it. I mean, you can see after the coronavirus crash, when there was uncertainty with inflation, etc., Bitcoin was the best performing asset. So it is getting that. So I think eventually gold and Bitcoin become correlated. Right now they're not. My best guess is as gold breaks new all-time highs and has its price discovery rally, that's when Bitcoin capitulates. It lines up really well with my previous video talking about how it looks like we're repeating the same as the other cycles with that floor that I mentioned and that sort of thing. If you haven't seen that, then just go back one video, have a look. It's a phenomenal video, and that's where I'm putting a lot of my chips. So hey, give us a comment if you're watching this, because I sometimes feel like I'm talking to nobody. Give it a like if you like it, and share it with some friends if you found it interesting, and good job watching till the end. Rock and roll.